Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yeah, legs are super sore from sumo yesterday. Ooh, very tender, especially my thighs. I don't know what extra we did, but man. All right, morning report. I would say for a Monday, it was pretty easy to get out of bed and get in. I attribute that mainly to sumo because I was just like, I want to, build up my stamina, get stronger. And I'm working on something cool at work. I don't know. I might just work from home today. A lot of things. Ellen graduated, so that's exciting. Still riding the high from that, even though I didn't graduate. But, you still get the endorphin boost, I think. Yeah, had a good weekend. Nice weekend in. Yeah, I think all of those things contribute. I got a vacation coming up. That's exciting. Gonna go to the UP. Gonna go to Mackinac Island too. Double dip. Hoping it's not freezing cold. Right now in Michigan, it is 50 degrees. It dipped back down. Thought it was almost gonna snow again. Ugh. Sorry for the yawn. Just waking up.
Byzantiadev said, "Morning Jason. Resting up after a mild run. Hetty the Hedgehog finished the 10K in 1 hour 43 minutes.
Hey!
How's the sumo going?"
Not bad. Good morning to you as well, Biz. Sumo's going well. There was a lot of people there yesterday. I think there was like 7 people. One of them was a new guy, and then he got injured, I think. But hopefully he comes back. He was a big guy. He was like 6'8", 350 pounds, and everyone was like kind of scared of him. He goes, "Yeah, I don't work out," and everyone was like, "Thank God." Sumo's going well though. Keeping the spirits high. Getting some gnarly bruises, but it's fun. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, doing a sport, hockey sticks the rate of injury, but it makes it so much funner to work out. It gives you some kind of purpose. Like, you go way harder because you're like, man, I got my ass kicked last week. Now, let's do it up. Let's double down. Make some good progress. Focus on my weakness. My weakness now is still kind of balance. I don't ever do throws or leg things. So I don't know how you practice that, but I think balance is clearly the blocking force that is preventing me from being. I wonder if there's like judo things I could do. I heard judo has like a lot of crossover with sumo. So maybe I'll start looking up some judo things to do.
Being 6 feet 8 is a fight deterrent.
Yes. Other than putting myself on a medieval torture device and stretching myself out to a taller form. Isn't that so disheartening for like a bodybuilder? Favorite game? I think I've said this before, but yeah, Ocarina of Time is probably way, way up there. I haven't played in a long time, but it's the only game I've like 100%ed multiple times. Hell yeah, keep it up, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Prad. You from Ninja Gaiden? I don't know. Oh, I fuck with Ninja Gaiden? Oh, hell yeah. Ninja Gaiden was one of those games where it's like, if you could get past the first couple bosses, you were God. Ninja Gaiden,
What
I think,
game
has
that
something
records
video
your
games
hours have you spent
lack.
the most time playing?
And Dark Souls has this, but it's just like, where it's like, oh my God, this is so hard. How can anyone beat this? And then you kind of like break barriers. You know, your friends start playing it, you see like techniques, you kind of learn. You just help me to get from bed and go on a walk. Hey, good stuff, man. Yes, sir, back at it again. Yes, yes. Then there were games like that on the NES that were just bullshit. Fester's Quest is one of those games I'll never beat. But not because it's hard. It's hard. But for the most bullshit reasons. The bullets don't fire straight. Why can you downgrade your gun? Why is this the most labyrinth? Why are there bosses? I don't know. Why is it such a long game and yet there's no save mechanism?
Some of the early game difficulty is because games were being developed for consoles by arcade game developers.
Oh yeah, the quarter eater bastards. Hey Prod, thank you for the follow. I was just watching The Simpsons yesterday and Milhouse was playing Waterworld, the arcade game. And it's like, please insert 40 quarters. And then he takes one step and it says game over. Insert 40 more quarters. So he's like, ah. And then he starts doing it.
I'm glad you brought that fake game up. There's a full playable version of it now.
Oh, no way. Waterworld arcade game? That's amazing. That's hilarious. You know what a good goal is? For June, I want to be in the 250s. Like solidly in the 250s. Because I think that we'll get there with a pound a week. But, you know, I want to be like, no chance of me going back up. And already, you know, we've been trending down. I haven't ever bumped up a weight. A big milestone undone. It's always been trending down. But I think June 1st, I could see 2.5 on the scale. And yes, it might be 259. But I think we could get there. Nice attainable goal for the month of May. Get to the 250s. That'll be very, very exciting. Haven't been in 250 since 2017, where I started my inevitable weight gain to the highest I've ever been. But we're on our way down. We're almost there. We're almost there to an exciting milestone. Because, you know, 250s, still big, still fat, but it was kind of like my average before I went totally ham. Next huge milestone, 225. That was when I was like really cracking down on the diet, really cracking down on the gym 5 days a week. That'll be exciting to get back there today. I think that's my limit, though. I think for me personally, it'd be very hard to get under or low 200s. But we're going to try. We're going to try. I want to see if it's capable. You know, before I start bulking up, I do want to see if I can kiss the sky. Just to see if I'm capable of, you know, staying on the regime.
I want
once
to
I
like
start
the gym,
bulking
but
up,
I
that's
don't
going
like
to
gym
undo
culture.
a lot of weight.
I love
scale
exercising
progress.
in parks and other green places.
Oh, yeah. I was about to start doing that when we had 80-degree weather in Michigan in April. And then now we're back to freezing temperatures. But, yes, I would love to. I need to figure out how to do a workout stream in a park without inconveniencing a bunch of people. Same with, like, if I go to a gym and I really try to lift heavy. I don't know. There might not be that, but maybe I'll try it out. I tried going on a walk in Detroit, and that was fun. But definitely, I don't know. The footage was like me, very shaky cam. I don't know. I don't want to buy a bunch of extra shit.
This
and then
workout
never do it
streamer
again.
just ruined their lives, not clickbait.
Yeah, I didn't want to get pancaked by a construction vehicle because I'm recording and walking around. Or, you know, when you're in the real world, you suffer from stream snipers. I don't think I'm nearly big enough for that, but you never know. Someone runs on camera, says something unsavory. We all know the unsavory word we're thinking of. They always go for the word that can get you banned. Oh, my thighs. I like completely coated them in icy hot. And my legs were really burning, but it felt good. Icy hot, even when you put too much on, it still feels better than just sore legs. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I did. Other than sparring a bunch yesterday, I feel like I didn't do that much more leg stuff than usual. And yet, my thighs feel like they're on fire. But good.
Could it have something to do with the way you walk/run?
Maybe. Maybe. When I was a kid, I had to wear like special shoes because I walked like, or I walked the opposite. I walked like
Bulk
with
Bogan
my
official
toes in.
said, "Hello, Jason."
Hey, good morning, Bulk. So I had to wear shoes that like pointed me straight.
His Antiadev said, "Sup, Bulk."
But that was like really early on. My mom had to tell me that happened. I never recall. I think it was preschool, so I never got teased about it. So I'm always hyper conscious to keep my feet straight, so I don't have to put the shoes back on. 15 more minutes, and then we'll lift some weights.
Bulk
My arms
Bogan
are pretty
official
sore, but
said,
you know what?
"So people always try to say that you look like some celebrity."
Yeah, I've gotten a couple. I don't think anyone will ever top the Marshall Brothers from How I Met Your Mother.
Byzantiadev said, I think every school in every country had a weird kid who just had some medical condition.
Yeah.
I'm glad that isn't so common now.
People pick on the different and the weak. Yeah.
Bulk Bogan official said, and I finally got holsa one definitively.
Okay. Which one, Bulk? Is there another one? I've gotten Dave Grohl. I've gotten David Schwimmer. You know, I think it's a lot of like weird face shape and.
If you grow out your beard, you would like Doug Clifford, drummer of Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Okay, I'll have to look this up. Doug Clifford. I see the black moon rising.
Like Young On.
Young On, okay. I'm very curious to look this up. No, no, keep up that work. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. We're doing it. Consistency is key. We're at day 123. You know, we're still going strong. We're making some good progress. Arms are getting big, especially since I bumped up to the 35s. You know, I struggle to finish a set, but, you know, it's definitely, you know, going from picking up the 20s that were doing nothing to the 35s. Great investment. Good job. Hey, good morning, the Gamer Comics. What's going on? We're getting there. And we're so close to the 250s. You know, by my birthday, we'll be there. But, you know, gotta stay patient. You can't, like, overdo it. You know, there's this this temptation to rush it. And when you rush it, you're usually torturing yourself, either through diet or, you know, going way too hard. I don't want to fear the workouts. You know, the fact that they're kind of moderate to
So
just
you know the
kissing
game
high intensity.
QWOP?
Yeah, QWOP. Yeah. The game where you control, like, the arms and the knees and you have to, like, wiggle your way to the finish line without falling over. That was a fun game.
Binet Fodi should make a sequel that is co-op.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Call it co-quop.
Co-quop. Oh, there you go. That's pretty good. Well, they
And
do
two
kind of
people
have.
control different legs.
They kind of have you know, the getting over it.
Byzantiadev said, up to 4 players for each limb.
Oh yeah, they have that. I don't even know what you call that game type. Frustrating journey.
There was
Easy to go back
Octodad.
to zero. There's Octodad. There was that one game with the chains though, where it was like getting over it, except you're chained to another person, and if they fall, you fall. What was that one? That I think is the closest to co-op quap. That's an interesting phenomenon, streamer games. Like Jump King, I think would have been a very average game if it wasn't for streamers' reactions. How's the stand-up? Going well. I've been in a kind of a writing funk.
The last Rage game I saw was Sisyphus.
I write down a lot of ideas, but I haven't like written anything out to a bit and tested anything out in a while. But I've always been writing. You know, I always have a bunch of notebooks and Google Notes, and I write down a bunch of ideas. But you know, it's hard. I don't know. You know, comedy has gotten back to a point where it's like, if you go to an open mic, especially a good one, like the sheet is filled up, like within 5 minutes. There's already 40 names on the list, which means a show, an open mic that starts at 9, you won't get on until midnight. So that's frustrating. So I haven't been getting up as much, but yeah. I'm just in a bad habit.
Joke will land with
I
the
went
crowd
from writing
before you
a
go
lot
with it?
every day, you know, at least like an hour or something. So I'm not writing anything right now, other than the ideas, which I'm keeping track of. It's just a muscle. It's like this. It's like I just gotta get in a good habit of free writing, and then, you know, depends what city you do stand up in. Detroit, yeah. But you know, it's an excuse for sure, because I could do stand-ups shows. You know, there's only a couple that are that I just have to travel for it. Like if I really had, I think the real thing blocking me is I don't have anything written out, and I don't want to go back to it with just like a bunch of new stuff and get nothing. Like you always want to save something. Something you know that can kill, just to make sure that you're not a complete failure. But it's hard when you get everyone looking at their phones. It's like, I should have written this out more. But, you know, it's also good that, you know, there's a lot of, you know, we don't have like New York or LA or Chicago. We don't have that like weird pay-to-play system. Like a lot of these open mics are free. You go up, show up. So, you know, Detroit's still got a nice scene in that regard. And, you know, I make a lot of excuses like I can't go up as much as I like to, but there's a ton of open mics, and I don't have to pay to do them. Like if I really wanted to, I could get up a lot. I just need to do it. Whereas other places, you might only have one night a week or something. Without pay to play or something. Depends, yeah. How do you gauge if a joke land with a crowd before you go with it? Chance. You know, your guttural instinct. But you really have no idea until you put it up. Or, you know, one way is to like, this is kind of dangerous, is tell other comedians, because they might squash something that would really do well in front of an audience. The only way you could tell is just to do it. And if you do it and it gets nothing, that doesn't mean it's not funny. You just really have to reverse engineer. Okay, what was the thing that I laughed at when I first thought of this? And like, maybe you went down the wrong tree branch. You're like, actually, it's not because the doctor farts a lot. It's because he's so professional about it. I don't know. It's just an example. If you had a joke about a farting doctor. Anyway, I don't know. And my mind goes to weird, fantastical places. But let me tell you, people like the stuff that they can relate to and understand. Relationships, kids, life and death, irritating things that we do in our day-to-day lives. Like, that's the stuff that always, without a question, hits. If I start talking about like a very niche TV show or, I don't know, I'm already eliminating most of the audience. And then you could do act outs. Act outs are being more and more commonplace because they're good clippable moments. Like you could save a bad joke with a good act out. I'm trying to think of an example, but there's tons out there. Another thing is like a lot of these open mics are late in the night on weekdays and stuff. And I'm just at a different stage in my life. You know, that used to be so easy to get out, you know, before I was married and like stay out and close out a bar because you're like, maybe I'll be so funny. A girl will come up to me. Never happened ever, but I always thought it could. And you're like chasing that loneliness. So you're like, yeah, I'll stay out till 2 a.m. on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday. And I'll tell my joke for 5 minutes. And then no one will even be paying attention, but we'll hang out after and drink and talk shit. Oh, Bill Bailey. Yeah, Bill Bailey's a good one. The taxi cab game show. He did a bit about a poem he wrote during the lockdown that was very therapeutic at the time, yeah. Bill is very funny. That's one of those guys where it's like, man, you know, I'm glad he got a show, and I'm glad, like, but it's like, really? This is, like, the thing everyone knows me for? It's just like, he's so funny. There's, like, a lot of strong, like, road comedians.
His musical/improvised instrument bits are very funny.
Yeah. He's such a funny guy, but he just, like, never got another TV show. Never got anything more than a bit part in a movie. Man, it's a damn shame. Another one, this is my top, like, looked over person in the stand-up community, I think. Eddie Pepitone. That guy is fucking amazing. He is so funny. And, like, I don't know. It's just like, damn, that guy should be way bigger than he is. And, you know. Not that he's dead or dying yet, but I don't know. I just feel like if I ever get the chance to write a sitcom or a pilot or something, I'm putting Eddie Pepitone as a star. I don't give a fuck. Take a huge chance on him just because I believe in that guy. I don't know what it is. There's something just so my vibe with Eddie Pepitone. You know, yeah, he's like a yelly comic a little bit, but yeah, it's not all about the yells. You know, yelling, and you got to earn the yells, and I feel like Eddie earns the yells. Yeah. Same with Sam Kinison. Sam Kinison didn't just come out and start screaming. When you don't build anything up, you know, you talk about something, you go, yeah, this thing happened in the news today, and I don't like it very much. And then they said they're passing a law about it, and then, then he ramps it up to start screaming. It has a good build-up, which means it's not just straight yelly. I feel that way about indie games. Oh, okay. There's a game called Northern Journey that was solo developed. Oh, man. And solo developed means that guy spent a lot of time on it. PS1 style fantasy FPS that punched way above its weight. Oh, I'll check it out. I love that PS1 aesthetic. The weird polygons with the very pixelated textures. All right. Let's lift some weights. And now.
Bulk Bogan official
30
said,
minutes.
when will be nostalgic about Xbox 260 gray brown slop?
Yeah, I think we're there too. Yeah, Xbox One or Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is just on horizon. Hoo-wee! Oh, mama. Let's lift some damn weighties.
Byzantiadev said, at Bulk Bogan official Gears of War was admittedly fun in that margarita pizza kind of way.
Yeah. Man, Gears of War. That was so fun to play co-op. You know, I miss those days where people would bring their huge ass towers and CRT monitors over somebody's house, and you'd set up this like huge LAN party. You know, people bringing TVs and multiple consoles, and damn, that was just such a fun time. That was like make your own arcade. You know what? That's one way arcades could have stayed alive. It's just, I think there were some LAN arcades, like internet cafes, but I think they try to price gouge, really. When it's so easy. Make it cheap, get a high internet connection, and then sell food. And you would just make a killing, I feel like. Sell cheap food, and you'll sell a ton of it. I don't know. I remember I was like, oh shit, it looks like an internet cafe near my house. And I went to it, and they were like, it's like insane, $20 a day or something. I was like, nobody is going to pay that. Like, that is fucking insane. For nothing? I have all this shit at my house. I just want to do it with friends. And like when you're charging that as your like base to like rent a spot, it's like no. I think that's why they failed so much. But if it was like $20 a month, I would have fucking been all about that. Anyway, all right, let's lift some weights. Lifting the heavies. All right, round one. Here we go. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, 9. No, can't do it. Woo! 8. Okay. I thought I had the hubris to think I could go all the way, but it's okay. We're getting better. Before I could barely do 5. Okay, triceps. We're gonna start rowing. My bruised rib, it's not 100% yet, but I feel like I could start doing chest stuff, chest and back, and I think I'm gonna try to end with a plank. Anyway, I might skip leg stuff today because my legs are still super sore. But all right, here we go. Triceps. Sorry for belly. 1, 2, 3. This is tall T, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. All right, let's do some rows. Let me hang on this up. Rows with the 35s. So this is the first time doing heavier weight, but you could do heavier with rows, I feel like. Whew, I just haven't been, but let's see. All right. Rows, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. 12. Whew. We'll do some side laterals, and then that'll be the end of round 1. Skipping leg stuff today. Legs are way too damn sore. All right, here we go. End of round 1. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch arms. Last one for round 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Okay, end of round 1. Yeah, we're gonna end with a plank today. As long as I can go. If I'm planking for the next couple years, you were here first. You saw it happen. I was there for the next evolution of man. Man walked on his hind legs, and then he planked. And thousands of years passed until eventually planking became his new form of walking around. Let's get our heart rate down. 134. All right, round 2. Biceps, triceps, back, and shoulders.
Keep up the planking and you'll end up stuck that way like a video game NPC with broken animation.
I'll be like Gumby sliding around. That'll be the way I speed run through life. They'll be like, oh my god, he could build up so much forward momentum. He doesn't even have to take a plane. He just clips through the walls. And flies through the sky at 1,000 miles an hour. I wish I was that guy. I wish I was that guy. All right, here we go. Round 2. Oh, God. These 35 scare me. I'm worried I'm going to pull something, but we're good. I know my own limits. You know, if it's ever too heavy, just don't pick it up. You know, drop it. You've hit your limit. You know, you don't want to tear nothing. All right, round 2. 1. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. Come on. 4. 5. 5. 6. Nope, can't do 6. All right. 6. Hey, thanks for the follow. 6. Finishing out with the 20s. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. Oh, is this a new live? Yeah. I guess. I mean, we've been doing it for a couple months now. 11. 11. 12. 12. Are you asking, is this a replay? It is now a replay. You are watching live, my friend. On your other account, I go every day, and I'm proud of your progress, man. Hey, thank you. Hey. Yeah, you're watching the old streams from that. Yeah, it's normally just from like earlier in the day. So, yeah, hey. Well, thanks for seeking me out on TikTok. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very happy with my progress. You know, you could always go faster. You could always, you know, lift heavier, you know, more intense. That's no fun. You know, I'll get there eventually. Yeah, thanks for joining in. All right. Triceps. Back to it. Round 2. You're my inspiration. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, you can get there. Honestly, it's just like you gotta do something. A lot of people are too hard. They're like, no, that's not the proper form. No, that's not. Well, can you give me a sec? Can you let me learn? You're like, how much was your setup? The stationary bike was the most. I found one on Facebook Marketplace for $90, but that broke, and I could fix it, but I had to like fix it like several times. And I was just like, okay, let me invest in a new one, so I don't have to put up with this. So it was $800. Very steep investment, but you know, you could always go on runs or something. That's free. I live in Michigan, so like I didn't want the excuse of you know, not being able to go outside. A very steep investment. Again, you could probably find something on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. And then I just got a bunch of free weights I've accumulated over the years. This is probably like $150 worth of weights. Kettlebells, dumbbells, you know. You could do a lot of stuff, though, just with your body and calisthenics. Body weight stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Jump rope, you know, cheap free stuff. Cheap to free. All right, here we go. Rows. 1. And then when you max those out, you can always start accumulating stuff slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch arms. I'd be running outside if it wasn't so damn cold. It's 50 degrees outside right now, and it's like freezing rain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, good morning, Hassan. Why aren't you live on other accounts? 8. I am. I'm live on my Twitch. I'm live on my YouTube. 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you got me subconscious. 12. Yeah, I'm live. I've got people watching on Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to switch platforms. YouTube.com/@AIPD or Twitch.tv/AIPD. Don't you have a second TikTok account? I have a TikTok account where I do sketch stuff with a group, but other than that, nope. Totally not robots. Is that where you know me from? Or... But if you follow AIPD, yeah, I always go live on all the accounts. I swear I've seen you in different live, and I follow, but I don't remember which is... Oh, I've done a bunch of friends' lives and stuff. You know, I'm pretty active in the comedy stuff. So it might have been something I was just a guest on the podcast for or something. Yeah, it's entirely possible. Michael Dupree Variety Hour. Who knows? I've been a guest on a bunch of things. Truthcast. Yeah. Friends Detroit. All right. Lateral raises, and that's the end of round 2. Whew. Here we go. Hey, thanks for dropping in. Have a good one. Have a good rest of your day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How's it going, Hassan? How was your weekend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, that's the end of round 2. Woo. 145. Let's the heart rate come down. Then round 3, final round. Ooh, I hate when you shave and you get the ingrown hairs. Hey, W, good to see you. What's up, WJ? Oh no. Stupid Google thinks I said. Barely made it for once. I completely understand. This is a hard time for me to be waking up regularly, so if you just want to watch the after ones, I completely understand. Ain't nobody wants to wake up at 7 in the morning to watch this shit. But yeah, good show to watch with your coffee before you head out the door. Okay. Round 3. Here we go. All right. Last one was 5, so we can definitely do better than 5. If I want to go up on 35s, I have to keep doing 35s. Okay, this is a pep up talk for me. I can't be afraid of them anymore. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to get injured. I can just drop them. They're not going to fall on me. Okay, round 3, here we go. Sorry, I had to give myself a little pep talk. One. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. Come on. 5. 5. Steamroll past 5. Come on. 6. There we go. 6. Come on. 7. 7. Fuck. All right. Made it past 5. That's progress. All right. Finish out with the 20s. 7. Oh my god. These are like air. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. 11. 12. 12. Woo-wee, burning. Holy shit. All right. Yes, sir. Get it, my boy. Thank you, Lime. Thank you, Lime, for the words of encouragement. I just started lifting these 35s last week, and man, they're kicking my ass. But we're making progress. We're making progress. The arms are definitely getting way more swole. I had maxed out what I had with the 20s. Could I have gone up a little bit? And then, yeah, of course. That's no fun. I want to go up a lot. Because if I could start doing like a full set of these with 35s, I'll feel like, wow. Can you flex your arms? Yeah. Boom. Got some bruises. But other than that, yeah, boom. I can't get it in a good angle. Nothing flapping. Nothing. I used to have big udders under my arms. Not no more. We're making some good ass progress. Nothing to shake a stick at. You know, it's not bodybuilder level, but for me personally, it's pretty damn good. All right, triceps. One, two, it's Vader time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, let's do some rows. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. 12. All right, switch arms. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Some side laterals, and then we are done. Woo! Sorry for the wolf howls. Holy shit. 150. Okay. All right. Finish out with the side lateral raises. And we're good for the day. I don't think I can plank today. We'll save it. We'll save it. I'm way too zonked. Way too zonked. But we're getting there. Side lateral. And then we done. We totally done for the day. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, switch arms. 12 more and we're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, hell yeah. We're here. An hour of good ass working out in the morning. Now it's time to get to work. Have a good rest of your days. See you tomorrow morning. I work out 7 a.m. weekdays. So if you like it, or you just want to see if I fail and don't wake up tomorrow, that's fun too. Just tune back in. See the progress, whether you're hoping for me to rise or fall. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the new follows and kind words, and see you tomorrow. Here we go. Sweat check. Proof it's not CGI. Alright. Peace. See you, Biz. See you, Bulk Bogan. See you, Hassan. See you, W. Thanks for dropping in. See you tomorrow morning at 7. Bye. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Bye.